Hello and welcome to DataSunrise functionality demonstration. Today we are going to show you how to install DataSunrise solution in high availability mode in AWS using our CloudFormation script. Okay, I have my target RDS database that I wish to protect via DataSunrise. The first thing I need to do is to open Amazon AWS Marketplace web page and type DataSunrise in the search bar. Okay, I've got it already. Since we are going to use the CloudFormation script, I'm choosing this option from the list. Here it is. Here on this page, you can see your approximate infrastructure pricing details and some additional information, but I'm going to click Continue to subscribe. Looks like I don't have enough permissions to subscribe on something in the marketplace, but that's okay. I'm already subscribed on DataSunrise anyway, so I can just close it and I can click Continue to configuration. Close it. I leave the fulfillment option like it is and choose a DataSunrise version instead. We recommend to use the latest one, it's by default. Since my target database is based in Singapore region, I select the same region for my deployment to make sure latency to be super low. So yeah, here is Singapore. And I click Continue to launch. Here, I select my CloudFormation option and click Launch. Okay, now I'm in the AWS console and in the CloudFormation section. The DataSunrise template was uploaded automatically, so I can just click Next and proceed to configure my future CloudFormation stack. The stack will have two DataSunrise servers based on EC2 virtual machines, one audit database where DataSunrise stores all audited information that comes from my target database, and finally a dictionary database where DataSunrise keeps metadata of my target database instance. Let's go over the steps one by one. I'm starting with the name for my stack. Let it be Demo Stack. The next step is deployment name. It's a prefix that will be added to all resources that are related to my future stack. Those are DataSunrise servers, dictionary, and audit databases. Let it be my demo. Okay, I leave the time zone like it is, and I choose a key pair that I created before. Then I need to select an instance type for my DataSunrise servers. T3 medium would be enough. Let's move to the network configuration section. I choose a virtual private cloud where my instances will be running. Now I switch to admin location and set an IP address range from where I will be able to connect to my DataSunrise servers via SSH port 22. I'm setting it to any IP address, but it's not secure, of course. So we do it only for this demo. Okay, and I set an IP address range from where I will be able to connect to DataSunrise console. Again, I'm letting any IP address to connect to my DataSunrise console, but I don't recommend you to do it on your production deployment, of course. Let's proceed to DataSunrise configuration. I need to set a DataSunrise admin password. Please make sure it follows the requirements. The next line is DataSunrise distribution URL. In case we keep our installer somewhere, let's say in S3 bucket, we can add a path to it here. However, I can leave it blank since I have set the DataSunrise version earlier in the marketplace. Also, we may leave the bucket key field blank since we don't use an S3 bucket with an encryption at all. The next is DataSunrise license key. I just copy it here. And backup S3 bucket. I can use a bucket to store logs and backups from my DataSunrise server. It's optional and no links are needed, just a bucket name. So I can type something like demo bucket. And the next optional line is alarm email. If something happens with my DataSunrise server, it is down or something, I will be warned. Now it's time to prepare our dictionary and audit databases. A quick reminder, dictionary is needed to keep a target basis metadata and audit is needed to store audited data like queries, query results, and so on. DataSunrise supports Postgres, MySQL, or Microsoft SQL Server as a dictionary. I will select MySQL this time. And I take a random database class for my future dictionary database. I'll leave the default storage size. I'll leave the default name as well. And I let my dictionary database to operate in a multi-availability zones. And I proceed to configuring my future audit database to let it be MySQL 2. Let it be the smallest class. Default storage size. Default name. Multi-availability zone is true. And now I need to set a username and a password for both dictionary and audit databases. Okay, let it be this and a password. Now I need to select at least 2 subnets within my VPC. This is important and I will select all of them. The next step is to configure my target database that I want to protect. It's MySQL. By the way, there is no connection between database types of audit, dictionary, and target database. So I can select whatever I want. I'm copying my target database endpoint here, typing its port. I'm entering target database name, my login, and my password. And here I need to select my target database security group. That's very important. Okay, now I can proceed to auto-scaling group configuration. In the EC2 count field, I'm choosing how many DataSunrise servers I wish to have. I'll take 2. In case one of the servers is down, the second one will be still active. I'll leave the default health check type and I select subnets within my VPC as well. Please be advised that subnets where DataSunrise server or servers are based must have a permission to connect to subnets where dictionary and audit databases are located. I'll take all of them. Now I can proceed to the load balancer configuration. An internal load balancer resolves 2 private IP addresses, and an internet-facing option will create a load balancer that can resolve to both private and public IP addresses. I'll take the internet-facing scheme for this demonstration. I'll keep the integration between DataSunrise and CloudWatch enabled and leave the default settings for the long sync interval. It's also possible to configure settings for AWS directory service integration, but it's optional. I'll skip this for now and click Next. Okay, we have reached the 3rd stage of our CloudFormation stack creation. Here I can select an IAM role that will be used for all operations within my future stack. I have one already. In the stack failure options, I can choose whether I wish to roll back all stack resources or preserve those resources that were created successfully. I think I'll preserve them. Let's have a quick look on advanced options. Here, I may upload my stack policy. Here is a monitoring time. I can set time before a stack creation times out. Here, resource creates a topic to which notifications can be published. And here, I can enable the termination protection to prevent an accident deletion of my future stack. I think I'll skip all those advanced options and just click Next. I have reached the final stage of my stack configuration. Here I can review my settings. And allow AWS to create IAM resources. Now I'm clicking Submit to start my demo stack creation. Great! The deployment has been started. I can track the progress right here by clicking on the Events tab. So I refresh it and I can see what is already completed and what is still in progress. Okay, it takes some time so I'll skip the deployment process and return when it is finished. Okay, the deployment went well and my demo stack has been created. Additionally, I can make sure that all resources are running. Here are my DataSunrise server, both of them, they are running. Here are my target, audit and dictionary databases, they all available. And I go back to the CloudFormation page and select the Outputs tab. Here I click on the load balancer link to proceed to the DataSunrise console. Advanced. It takes some time at the first time. Okay. I enter my credentials. And I'm in. Okay, I can see my target database and there are even some rule has been created automatically. Thanks for watching.